for the holidays with store-wide savings at Room to Room. 50% off, 48-month special financing, and as our gift to you, a free accessory buyer's card. There's something here for everyone, including gift cards. Merry Christmas from Room to Room Tupelo.
Give the gift of a delicious burger from Bulldog Burger, a soup and sandwich from Sweet Pepper's Deli, appetizers and cocktails from The Grill, or even a wood-fired steak from Harvey's. Choice is the perfect gift. An all-in-one gift card from Eat With Us.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 6.
Well, good evening and welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 6. I hope all of y'all have had a fantastic Sunday. I know it has been a chilly Sunday, so hopefully y'all are all watching this with some blankets, some hot chocolate or coffee next to you, because it has been a cold one across North Mississippi today. In case you haven't stepped outside or have heard about how chilly it's been outside, we still have that cold weather advisory issued all across North Mississippi, but notice some counties already getting taken off of that advisory. We're getting closer towards the expiration, which will be tomorrow morning, Monday at 9 a.m. So we are almost there, which brings us to our first headline as we get ready for this broadcast, and that's you did great. You made it through the day. This has been the chilliest day that we've seen in a while, but from this point on, it's going to get better, which brings us to the second one. It's only up from here. Those temperatures, we're going to see a gradual warming trend as we get ready for the work week ahead. Thankfully, kind of leaving these windy, gusty, chilly conditions behind us, starting to see some warmer temperatures moving forward. But hey, I know it's also December, so if you're not really looking forward to that, just ignore that. We're still going to have a great time here in North Mississippi, but also those rain chances, they're going to try to make a return. Nothing too confident yet. Later on, our best chances will be Thursday in the work week, but we're still staying pretty dry as we get ready for our Monday, Tuesday, even into most of our Wednesday before those rain chances try to make their return here, but we're going to continue to stay dry. But taking a look at the first 12, we're seeing those dry and clear conditions above us, but also chilly conditions. 22 degrees by 7 o'clock, cooling on off, seeing teens as our lows all across North Mississippi. So if we can't keep mentioning it enough, make sure to have those faucets dripping, protected as we get ready for the overnight hours. I'll have that demonstration and explainer at the end of this broadcast to let you know, because honestly, tonight is honestly more important for those faucets than last night. Going to be a lot chillier as well. We're going to be waking up tomorrow with temperatures still in the teens, 17 by 7 o'clock. So our Monday morning work commute, definitely going to be a chilly one. Keep those layers on and make sure the kids have them on as they get ready for the school day ahead. But for now, Mississippi Live Weather Radar showing absolutely nothing occurring across North Mississippi. It's times like these where we wish we could get some rain to kind of transition into snow, but we are staying dry with these cold temperatures. And I know I've been enjoying my time indoors watching some football, so hopefully we can continue to do so into the evening hours ahead. But if you want to go outside and enjoy these brisk temperatures, you're going to be sitting pretty, nothing going on across North Mississippi. We'll see these dry conditions continue into the overnight hours ahead. And what's responsible for this is that high pressure system. That's been kind of the driving force of these cold temperatures across North Mississippi. It has that clockwise spin, and what it's doing is it's bringing all that cold air from Canada all the way down here to Mississippi. That clockwise spin, that's what's responsible for us feeling these breezy conditions, bringing all those gusty winds all across our viewing area and making those temperatures feel a lot cooler than what we're actually experiencing outdoors. But Futurecast doing a great job picking that up. All that wind just blowing into North Mississippi, the Twin States, just the South in general. That is why we're feeling so below average as we wrap up our weekend and get ready for the work week ahead. But as we play this on out into the overnight hours, we're still not tracking anything. We're not expecting any rain or any weather conditions, pretty much just these breezy conditions continuing to move on into North Mississippi. But what we're going to notice, this high pressure system getting closer to our state as well, and that's what's going to change our forecast moving forward, and what's responsible for us going to start feeling a little bit warmer as well. Even by the time we get towards our Monday morning, notice there's not much wind occurring across North Mississippi. We're going to be dry and also windless, if that's going to be the right word for it. This is why our feels like values and our temperatures are going to match a lot better tomorrow, and why we're not going to be as brisk and chilly. So like I mentioned at the start, it's only up from here. That high pressure system going to help us out, change that wind direction, and eventually make it come out of the south as well. But the next 24 shows those temperatures a little bit more improved. We're starting off with temperatures around 17 degrees by 6 o'clock, so make sure to keep those layers on. Warming on up towards the mid-30s by 12 o'clock, still seeing sunny skies all day long, seeing the low 40s as our highs across North Mississippi before we start cooling off, already seeing the mid-20s by the 10 o'clock broadcast time later on tomorrow night. So it's definitely December here in North Mississippi, and it is reminding us every day as we go through it. But the good news is we're going to see that gradual warming trend as we continue into the work week. But I want to make sure to get you ready for what your Monday looks like and heading into the rest of the work week. All that's coming up after this break.
When choosing a dentist for our family, Tupelo Smiles was the answer for us. They greet us with warm smiles right when we walk in the door, and they make us feel so welcome. We love Tupelo Smiles.
The number one reason insurance denies roof claims is not what you think. Insurance companies aren't denying your claim because you don't have damage. They're denying it because they don't have documentation. This is why we use drones, AI technology, satellite imagery, and just good old roofing experience to document everything that might be wrong with your roof. You as a homeowner need a roofer with documentation standards. Call Absolute Restoration. Let us come and inspect, document, and present.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather at 6. I wanted to start this broadcast with some Weather Watchers pictures, and this is kind of highlighting some of the dangers with these windy conditions occurring across North Mississippi. This was sent in by LaShondra out in Okolona earlier today. It's been breezy all across North Mississippi, but one of the things that we kind of forget about is how it could kind of make some dead trees move and fall over. So unfortunately, this is what happened across the car, causing heavy damage out there in Okolona. Another picture kind of showing the full view of it across the car, all the limbs and basically the entire tree falling down. So making sure, even though we're not really tracking anything severe moving across our area with thunderstorms, hail, tornadoes, even these windy conditions can be enough to cause some damage, to take everything here seriously. Even some damage to the roof, kind of seeing them, some of those limbs fall on the roof and on the ground as well. So definitely hoping that everything is okay and that insurance is fine, but appreciate you sending in those pictures and letting us know to keep those eyes out for us in the field to let us know what is going on and for us to be able to report it as well. But let's come back to talk about what those conditions are right now, and that's still that cold weather advisory pretty much issued across most of North Mississippi, expiring tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. But you can already see the northern counties across our viewing area starting to get out of that advisory, moving on out towards warmer temperatures. That is on the horizon as we get ready for the work week ahead. But for right now, we are not seeing those warmer temperatures anytime soon tonight. We're seeing temperatures around 25 degrees outside Tupelo right now. I mean, breezy conditions, 18-mile-per-hour winds coming out of the north. That's what's making it feel, excruciatingly cool. Feels like 11 degrees outside, that dew point around 5. So those layers are going to be very important as you continue into your evening overnight hours, because if you stay out in those conditions long enough, you're going to start seeing some consequences, especially with hyperthermia. So take this seriously as you wrap up the weekend and get ready for the work week ahead. But Futurecast still showing those breezy conditions all across North Mississippi. That's going to be the trend as we continue into the overnight hours. But thankfully that wind going to start dialing down and shifting just a little bit as we get into our Monday and especially Tuesday. What's responsible for that is this high pressure system. This was in play the entire overnight period, still not tracking any rain or anything occurring across North Mississippi, but that high pressure system moving closer and closer to our viewing area will allow us to see calmer winds and a shift, which will allow us not to feel as chilly outdoors, at least compared to those temperatures. But low temperatures tonight. This is why we're going to be talking about those faucets and dripping them, and that's why it's a little bit more important tonight as compared to yesterday. We're significantly cooler heading into the overnight period, pretty much in the teens across North Mississippi. The highest value I can see right now is 21 out here in Greenville, 20 in Cleveland and Belzona. But other than that, we're talking 13 in Corinth, Boonville, Iuka, Holly Springs, 15 in South Haven, 16 Tunica, and Eupora, 18 in Starkville. So definitely going to be a chilly night. Make sure you have those faucets dripping, that heat turned on, maybe open the cabinets, allow that heat or those fans to kind of blow in there. Nothing cool, some warm fans to kind of allow those pipes to enjoy a blanket as they continue into the overnight hours. But speaking of those layers and protecting the faucets, you definitely want to make sure the kids have their layers on as they get ready for the school day ahead. By the time they're getting dropped dropped off. They're seeing temperatures around 17 degrees with those sunny skies above, thankfully staying consistent throughout the rest of your day, but also going to be a chilly one as well, slowly working your way up into the low 30s by lunchtime. And then by the time they get out of school, they're going to see temperatures in the low 40s before continuing to cool off back into the evening hours. Now let's come back to Futurecast to see what the change in our weather pattern is going to be, and that's that high pressure system moving across North Mississippi towards Alabama, and that's what's going to allow our wind direction to start changing as we continue into our Monday afternoon and evening. Notice, not really seeing much wind occurring across North Mississippi. This is a good sign because with these cold conditions, definitely don't want to feel it blowing across our skin because that just makes us feel a lot cooler. But notice as we go into Monday afternoon, evening, and into Tuesday, that wind comes back, but this time from the south, bringing in some moisture and some warmer air from the Gulf, and that allows us to feel pretty much exactly like those temperatures are reading outdoors. So definitely a better story on the horizon going into your Monday, but definitely into the rest of the work week. That's at Monday evening tomorrow. But let's take a look at those high temperatures. A little bit better as compared to today. Low 40s all across North Mississippi, 42 in Amory, 43 Houston and Bruce, 40 in Corinth and Iuka, 39 Southaven, Tunica, Clarksdale, and Cleveland, 40 in Greenville. But here's the main story again. Those feels like values almost matching perfectly with those high temperatures. So going to feel a lot better tomorrow. Still going to be chilly. It's still December here in North Mississippi, but definitely not as significant of a drop that we've been experiencing today. But those low temperatures going into your Monday night, Tuesday morning, still going to be pretty low, around the low 20s all across North Mississippi. So continue to monitor those as we continue into the work week and protect those faucets because it's just that time of the year and that season here as we get closer and closer towards Christmas. But Futurecast showing that wind direction still coming out of the south for our Monday evening. And that's going to be the trend as we continue into the overnight hours into your Tuesday as well. This is in play right now. You can see some of that cloud cover trying to move in closer towards North Mississippi. But by the time we wake up for our Tuesday morning school commute, work commute, still seeing those sunny, dry, clear skies above us and pretty much sticking with us for most of our Tuesday. We'll start to see some mostly clear conditions move on in for our Tuesday. This is your Tuesday evening at 5 o'clock, but that southerly wind direction allowing us to feel a lot better as compared to our Sunday. So good news on the horizon. That continues into your Wednesday as well. And at the very end, you're going to start seeing some rain chances move in. You got a 10% chance for Wednesday. Those rain chances really trying to ramp back for your Thursday, but maybe could see a stray shower or two for the early AM hours for your Wednesday. Of course, most of us will be sleeping, not really going to notice that they are occurring over that time period. But those high temperatures, it's good to see yellow come back onto this graphic. I'm not a fan of the cold, so I'm very excited for this. Pretty much mid to low 50s all across North Mississippi. 55 in Bruce, 54 Grenada and Greenwood, Belzona, 50 in Senatobia, Tunica, and Southaven, 49 Corinth, Boonville, and Iuka. Going to feel just as good as well with those feels like values, pretty much matching all across North Mississippi thanks to that wind direction, changing from coming out of the north to going from the south. So definitely a good thing to see as we continue into the work week ahead. But that 7-day forecast shows these dry and warming conditions occurring as we get ready for our work week. High of 41 for Monday, significant lows in the teens tonight, so make sure to continue to keep those faucets protected. High of 52 Tuesday, high of 55 for your Wednesday. Then those rain chances come back. Thursday will be the best day, around mid 60s for those highs and also the best chances to see rainfall. Then we'll see the drier conditions return on the back half of your work week and into the start of the weekend before those rain chances try to make another appearance on the back end of your weekend. But still, 7 days out, we got a lot to track and keep up with until then, but definitely want to make sure to give y'all the heads up as well. But before y'all go, I want to make sure to give y'all that faucet demonstration and explainer, especially with tonight being a lot more significant as opposed to last night. So we're going to be explaining what you can do to protect those faucets, prevent any pipes from bursting or just causing some damage. All that's coming up in 1 minute.
Hi, my name is Rosie. Regional Rehab Center helps kids like me by offering speech therapy, occupational therapy, and dyslexia therapy. Your support helps so many of us get what we need to grow and succeed. Please help the Rehab Center.
Can I ask a few questions?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have any pets?
Yes, we have a dog, but she's little.
Do you have any unlocked guns around the house?
We do have a gun, but it's stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access. Appreciate you asking.
Yeah, of course.
I'm your retirement fear, but don't be scared. You're still in pre-tirement.
Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. This is pretirement.org.
This isn't scary. I'm doing it.
Well, thanks for sticking here with us at Mississippi Live Weather at 6. I wanted to give you that faucet demonstration because let's take a look at those current temperatures all across North Mississippi happening right now. We're already in the mid to low 20s for some, still some low 30s. For a few of us, you can see 30 in Vernon, Columbus, Starkville, and Eupora, but we're already seeing mid to low 20s everywhere else. 23, Boonville, Iuka, Corinth, Holly Springs, South Haven, Tunica, 25 in Clarksville as well. So these temperatures are already here right now at almost 6:30. Imagine what they're going to do as we continue further into the evening overnight period or hours and into the AM hours as well. So let's make sure to get those faucets prepped and ready for tonight because it will be a chilly one ahead. So let's get started with that explainer. We have our house and basically what the requirements are needed for these pipes to kind of expand and burst, and those are frigid temperatures basically around 20 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. We're already starting to see that across North Mississippi, and we'll definitely see them drop into the evening overnight hours as well. Those breezy conditions still sticking around as we continue overnight, but those pipes, they're pretty much running all along our house, especially on the outside. So imagine kind of sitting on the outside of your house, seeing that constant wind brush against the bricks, the wood. They're just constantly getting exposed to that wind. So that can allow that the temperatures to kind of make it expand, and eventually the pressure is just too much for the pipes. They start to burst. So we want to make sure to prevent that from happening because that is definitely not a good way to wake up and start a Monday, because Monday mornings already bad enough. So let's try to prevent this as we get ready for the overnight hour. So some of the things that we need to consider are the type of insulation that your house has. Not every house is going to be the same, especially if you have some newer models. Older models, that insulation is going to be different, especially if they're exposed. Maybe some are running throughout the house, underground, or outside into the house. Those are some things to think about as you get ready for the overnight period and what you can do to protect them. So let's think about the different ways that we can help them out from not bursting. Basically, one of the things, or a good thing that you can do, is a pipe sleeve, and that's kind of acts as a blanket that you can put across your pipe. I know all of us are going to be using the blanket tonight and want to stay bundled up, so let's try to do the same thing for our pipes. This allows it to kind of stay better insulated, keep it warm throughout the overnight period, and that'll help pretty much protect it from the cooler temperatures. But one thing that I typically always do at my house, and I know all of us do, is we're keeping that heat on. I can't imagine a single house here in our viewing area that doesn't have that heat on, but even if you do, make sure that heat is on, turned up at least above 55 degrees. I feel sure all of us are above that threshold. Open those cabinets, allow that heat to kind of push into under your sink, under the kitchen, everything you need where those pipes are very necessary into the evening overnight hours as well. But one of the most common tips that we all know about and I've learned is dripping the faucets. One of my tips that my dad has taught me is having the cold and hot water drip. I don't know if it makes that big of a difference, but allow that cold water to drip from your faucet, allowing I keep saying faucet, to kind of keep on moving overnight, not keeping that water still to allow it to freeze and expand and burst. So that is one of the go-to methods as we get ready for the overnight period ahead. And of course, also providing some covers to cover the spigot outdoors. That will allow us to kind of keep those warmer as well, especially if you have an official spigot covering outdoors. That will allow it to stay warm as compared to these colder temperatures, but also wrapping it up with a towel, hand towel, anything works to provide that insulation, acts as a blanket to protect it into the overnight period as well. But taking a look at the overview of all those tips to prepare for those pipes from bursting, remove, drain, and store those outdoor temperatures and hoses, but also those hoses outside. Especially don't want to keep that running or keep that water all in the pipes or the hose, because that will apparently burst and be a terrible start to your Monday morning. Consider insulation materials for exposed pipes. Let that water drip throughout the overnight period and allow that heat to kind of blow on in. You should be fine heading into the overnight periods as well. So definitely want to make sure to prevent those as much as we can here in North Mississippi. But of course, here's the QR code for both the iOS and Android app. We appreciate all the support you've given us, and we will make sure to keep you updated with those notifications, especially when those cold weather advisories get issued, allowing you to make sure to know what those precautions you need to take and be best prepared as you get ready for the days ahead. Of course, we'll be live later on tonight at 10 to give you the very latest, but also we'll be ready for the work week coming up. So our morning meteorologist, Maggie McCauley, is ready to wake up with you bright and early at 6:30, 7, and 7:30 And of course, our chief meteorologist, Matt Laubon, and meteorologist Gabe Maynard will be back with you in the evenings as well. So I hope all of y'all have had a fantastic weekend in case I don't see y'all at the 10, and have a fantastic work week until I see y'all again. But until then, I'm here at Mississippi Live Weather, and I'll see y'all back here in the Room to Room Weather Center at 10.
We come from a long line of farmers, and there's a sense of pride, but there's also a significant amount of pressure.
Farmers have to take care of their physical and their mental health, because what's a farm without a farmer?
Watching the sun come up, that's my time. I can have a cup of coffee, and every day is a new opportunity.
That's cool. Your hand's gotten so Yay!
Don't forget to check in on yourself. Love your mind.